Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Hello, T.
How's it going?
Midweek, filling in for Jay, of course, all week.
Yep.
Away in soccer-related business with young Russell.
The beautiful game.
Yeah, the beautiful game. Dude, it's crazy when I look at the numbers. They're like, yeah, 400 million, 180 million people watch the Super Bowl. And it's like, a billion watch some fucking mid-level soccer game.
Yeah,
like,
the rest of the world.
What?
Right.
I had no idea it was quite that huge. But, yeah, it's nuts. And I did see that my team, the Cock and Ball, is turning things around.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
new coach, right? Or trainer, manager, what do they call those guys?
Coach, I think it's coach, manager, whatever. I don't know.
But good.
I'm not going to watch it, but yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. A lot going on. We gave some tickets away yesterday. We should announce the winners for that. The Creeps with Kids Tour, the comedy tour featuring Ron Bennington, Bobby Kelly, Jim Florentine, Rich Voss, all headlining acts. I'll be there. You'll be there. I'm assuming you'll be there as well.
What day is it?
Saturday, January 18th.
Yeah, I think I actually can.
Okay, well, good.
Check your calendar.
I wouldn't say, dude, I have things, I already have 2 things in January.
I understand that. I mean, if there's something going on,
There's a Pat Green concert or something.
There is a Pat Green concert. That's end of February, but...
All right, so you'll live. But yeah, we gave some tickets away for that Saturday, January 18th at the Emerald Theater. And the Costas won a pair.
There you go.
That'll save them a few bucks, right?
Perfect. And they're over on that side, so nice and close.
Joel Ravas, I don't know how to pronounce names, and Karen Blake as well were the winners. So congrats if you did not win. We might have some more tickets to give away later in the week or in the coming days.
As it gets closer, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's stagger that stuff.
Sure. Creepswithkidstour.com if you want to get tickets, and that is KREEPS, as we learned.
Yeah.
The reason for that is so that people did not type in creeps with kids.
I'm sure it still comes up, even with a K. I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
I've regretted some questionable Google searches at some time.
Well, I think the good thing about what we do here is, sorry, we're looking for content.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
if me and Eve, if they did a search, like a forensic lab did a search, they'd find some horrific shit.
Yeah.
But, it's like, why are you researching all these, death row murder cases and extent? It's like, well, I want to know details of this shit if I'm, doing a story on it, or if it's, any myriad things.
Chalk it up to research.
Yeah, it's all research,
Can't
man.
argue with that.
Keep searching fucking children, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't do that. That's the one topic where it's like,
Yeah, creeps with kids.
do I hit enter on this one? Yeah, it's research. What am I going to do?
Sure, why not?
I'm not searching out fucking kiddie porn. Yeah, I'm good. Anyway, a lot going on. Happy Impeachment Day, everybody.
Hey.
We'll get to that in a few.
I was going to say, they're voting today, right?
Today, and the big man is in Michigan today.
Yeah.
He's having a big rally.
Oh, really? Where?
Yeah, Trump is. Battle Creek, maybe?
Yeah, I would say over on the west side somewhere.
Yeah,
Grand
something
Rapids,
like that.
Battle Creek.
Yeah, and so I imagine he'll have some comments about today's vote.
Definitely some sound bites coming out of that, I'm sure.
It is clown central. I got stuck watching some of it today. I ran into the same thing you did. This guy just says this, and then this guy says this, and then the next D repeats exactly what the first D said, followed by an R who repeats exactly what the last R said. And it's just a nightmare and clownish. And
Should just skipped all the bullshit and just gone straight to a vote. You know what it's going to be anyway.
I know
It's just
exactly what it's
going to
gonna be.
happen,
No
right?
one's changing any opinion.
If you have a,
No.
you have a D, it's an impeach. If you have an R, it's not. Let's just skip all the bullshit and just get to it.
We can even, I mean, it's so bad, and I get it. If you have got your mind made up that you hate this president without question, like that's and we know those people, the ones that just no matter what he does or says, he's a dick somehow.
Yeah.
If that's your attitude, impeach 45. There's nothing anyone can say or do or but this thing is playing out, and it's I don't know how this works in the future because this is a new way to do it.
Yeah.
These high crimes and misdemeanors, bribery and treason are the impeachable offenses, and there's not even a crime. They haven't even charged. There's no charge of a crime. Right. There's no accusation of a crime. No one has said there's a crime. It's like, okay, so what exactly are we impeaching him for? We've been trying to impeach him for 3 years.
Well, Willie got impeached for a Hummer. right?
For lying.
Yeah.
You know, he got impeached for fucking lying under
Perjury
oath.
then? Was that the technical
Yes.
impeachment?
Yeah.
And he got-
You know, everyone's been blown in the White House. If you're a man and you're in the White House, isn't it? You have to get blown there.
I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, the Lincoln bedroom has probably seen more loads thrown around in there. Don't people sleep in the Lincoln bedroom as guests?
I don't know.
I think so. I think
don't
that's
know where
yeah.
you
Slept in the. I mean, if you were staying there,
Yeah.
grab a fucking random waitress or something. And just be like,
Whatever.
I gotta. So, yeah, but lying about it and you know perjury under oath, and that's what he was impeached for. But you know that did not go the way the Republicans hoped it would go when they did that. The country just wasn't behind it, and they're not terribly behind this. It's a
Definitely
mockery
divided.
of the system. Oh, it's so incredibly divided. And if I hear one more of these assholes go, I have a duty to the Constitution. This is the end of democracy if we don't impeach them all. It's like, would you knock it off?
I've never heard
Stop
the word
it.
framers said more
Oh,
in my
the framers
life.
of the Constitution, you know. I will sleep well at night knowing I did my duty as a servant to the Constitution. Stop. Trump actually went after Nancy Pelosi. He's been attacking her a lot. He bragged on her about her teeth falling out of her face the other day. And I get it. That's, you know, it seems very childish to be doing that. He went after Greta Thunberg or whatever the other day, 16-year-old girl. I can understand why people hate him, you know? It's the ones that can't admit there's no chance he's done anything right. Like, I have friends that are hardcore anti-Trump, and I've talked to a lot of them, and I don't call it out or anything, but one thing I've noticed about it, there's nothing this guy can do ever that has been good or right.
Yeah.
He's fucked it all up, and it's like, the economy, okay, I guess that's Obama. Obama did that. ISIS, Obama.
Yeah.
You know, like even big things, little things, it just doesn't matter. And so I think you lose credibility when all we've heard for 3 years is what a fucktard this guy is.
They wanted to impeach him the second he was elected in, so he really never had a shot.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the problems with the guy. I can admit, fuck that up. You know, that wasn't the smart thing to do.
Nope.
Why would you do that? He sounds like an asshole. You know, his tweets are childish. Like, I can admit all that stuff, but
That was why he got elected. In a way,
In
you know,
part,
just
yeah.
to, you know,
shake it up.
tip over the apple cart.
Yeah. So he was going after Nancy Pelosi, who said the other day, you know, she got into a fight with a reporter who asked something about you know, praying for the president or something like, or do you hate him? Do you hate President Trump? And she's like, how dare you? I'm a Christian. I don't hate anyone. It's like, you hate the fucking president.
Yeah.
You do, Nancy. All of your team hates him, despises him. Don't give me that. I don't hate anybody. And so I pray for him every day. I pray for the president every single day. What, pray that he dies?
It's a good save on her part.
Yeah, but Trump is not buying it. You know,
Of course not.
He's. I'm sure he'll bring it up at his rally tonight in Michigan. But he's like, can you believe that I will be impeached today by the Democrats, radical left, do nothing Democrats, and I did nothing wrong. This is terrible, terrible thing to happen. Read the transcripts. This should never happen to another president again. Say a prayer in all caps. So yeah, her comments when a reporter asked if she hates him. Don't mess with me. I don't hate anybody. I was raised in the Catholic house. We don't hate anybody. No, but not anybody in this world.
Except the gays.
This is about the Constitution of the United States and the facts that lead to the president's violation of his oath of office. I still pray for the president, blah, blah, blah. So he wrote, I guess Trump wrote a 6-page letter to Nancy the other day. You are offending Americans of faith by continuing to say, I pray for the president, when you know this statement's not true, unless it is meant in a negative sense. It's a terrible thing you are doing, but you will have to live with it. Not I. So yeah, they'll hold their vote today at some point, and then
That is right. That's funny that he did that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's right. Like, I can't say whether she is or she isn't.
Right.
But if she is praying in a negative,
you can't question it. You don't know what's in her heart, right?
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying, like, but in her heart, if it really is the negative
She
side,
might be praying.
then that's really bad for her, man. Based on what her she believes.
tweet. Goes down like Elvis.
I mean,
I don't know.
I could see. I mean, technically, praying for the president could be. I'm praying for his impeachment. I'm praying he fails. I'm praying.
Yeah, but I
that
mean,
he gets
she's
thrown
trying.
out
But
of
that's
it
not
all.
how she's saying.
Oh,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But she, you know, technically, she still prays for the president every night.
No, but if she does it in a negative way, then it still would count you know, and she defunct. I mean, again, I'm talking about some higher power situation, but
yeah, God would see through that.
Yeah,
saying
he would.
He would see through her.
Yeah, I think so.
Everything they've said over the last 3 years leads me to believe that no, you do not, in fact, not hate the president. Yeah. So, anyway, so they'll hold the vote, and then it will move to the Republican-controlled Senate, and they will roundly acquit him.
It'll
and
die
go
there.
nowhere.
Yep.
And a lot of people think they're rushing this through right now, you know, because people are like, this is, you know, Obama stalled, you know, the what was the gun shit down in Mexico? What do they call it? Fast and the Furious. Stalled and stalled and stalled for years before that got up into the, you know, Congress debating and blah, blah, blah. And they've rushed this thing through in, what, 3 weeks, a couple of weeks now? They've been working on this impeachment thing.
Hey, it's almost 2020. Yeah.
Well, they want, a lot of people believe, because there's a lot of battleground states that are not favoring this. They've got constituents to worry about who vote and are not crazy about this whole impeachment thing. Most of the country can see through a lot of this. And so they're like, let's get that thing going now so we have like a full year for people to kind of forget about it, you know?
Well, it's an automatic. They have the numbers to make it an automatic. You know? I mean, just at least technically it's an impeachment on his record.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really mean anything. He's not removed from office. But at least they can use that against him for all these campaigns coming up. Why would you reelect an impeached president who's been found guilty of, you know, and they will just drag him through the mud.
Yeah.
But it's just a campaign.
Power of obstruction, articles of impeachment, blah, 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 all this.
That is what you see the memes of the people that are on the left. They'll share those memes and they'll just be like, they'll show Obama 0 convictions. I'm like, well, yeah, when you're just making shit up, when you're just deciding ahead of time that it's a thing, you can have a million convictions if you just
these guys should be charged with abuse of Congress is what they should be charged with. They've got the power to do this for any reason whatsoever.
Right.
But precedent says, you know, I mean, there's not a ton because there's only been 2 impeached presidents, Nixon and Clinton.
Yeah.
But, you know, those all have, you know, the standard is bipartisan support. That's the deal, bipartisan support. You are going to have 100% of the Democrats vote to impeach and 100% of the Republicans vote no.
It's being used as a partisan tool, and that's why it's being abused.
Yes. And
fortunately.
It's sad, and I hope the country sees through a lot of what it is. I mean, but when you've been calling for impeachment since the day he swore into office, before even that, literally calling for impeachment, it just makes it hard to, you know, it's the boy who cried wolf. I'm sorry, it just is. You know, it's like, well, I don't know. Everything the guy does, you say is evil and rotten and ruining the world. Just ask yourself, everybody, how different, honestly, is your day-to-day existence?
Yeah.
I mean, as you're going through life, I know the media wants to throw this in your face like he's destroying humanity and America is dead and blah, blah, blah. How different is your life?
How's that 401k doing?
Yeah, right?
It's so bad these days, right?
Yeah, not so bad. The strongest economy ever, lowest unemployment ever, but whatever. I don't want to just fight the you know, the rights, the GOP's talking points.
No, not at all.
I know
I'm pretty
that,
you know, impartial on the whole thing, but I just smell bullshit on it.
You
know?
can smell
of
bullshit.
Course. And they look fucking silly doing it. They really do. That's the worst part of it, is they think they're making themselves look, you know, noble and, you know, fighting for the cause and for the people, but
they are though to the you know, the sheep followers though.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they are.
Are they?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I get it. There is a group of people out there that hate this guy so much they don't even give a shit if it's real or not. Just how do we get this guy out of office? How do we get him out of office?
Been the goal since day one.
Yeah, and so for those people, they don't care. But I don't know how you watch that stuff.
The reality is they know. I don't know. I really don't think there's anybody on that side that can beat him. I really don't. It's going to be a weird, interesting election that I don't see anybody that can beat him. So this is it's a partisan play on their part, just going into 2020 to make sure that this is something on record that they can have against him to give themselves a shot.
Yeah.
Because Creepy Joe ain't going to do it. There's just no way.
I don't see it either,
No.
and I don't see anyone on there that.
I don't think Pocahontas, I don't think is going to get it done.
No, fuck no.
You know what I mean?
No, and that's the problem. I swear to God, you're going to see Hillary Clinton jump into this thing.
How could you imagine?
I'm serious. I think you're going to see.
Maybe.
I mean, she did that interview with Stern a week and a half ago. There's only one reason Hillary, not selling a book, would go on Stern. And Stern tried to get her on in 2016 like crazy before that election. He supported her, and she wouldn't do it. And so all we got was Robot Hillary. He would have humanized her. He would have got her talking about, she would have turned into a human being. And his 30 million strong audience, she would have won that election. One interview on Stern Show would have turned it for her.
Potentially.
And so
Or
for her now to show up
though.
on that,
She may have not. I don't know that she has a human side.
she brought up the fact that, contrary to popular belief, I actually like men. And he's like, whoa, yeah, what's with the lesbian shit? Like, she brought it up, and we listened to some of it, and she sounded more human in the minute-long clip we heard. Wouldn't you agree, E?
Yeah, for sure.
She sounded way more human than the robotic Hillary Clinton. We must fight for the honor of this great country. Like, that whole
Some of that was
Hillbot,
just unlistenable.
it was unlistenable.
Some of it.
Right, yeah, most of it, right?
By the way, you're very sexist for even suggesting that it was unlistenable.
No,
by
the tone, the pitch that,
I
that
know.
would come out of that.
That's sexist when people you don't talk about a man's voice. It's like, yeah, men don't screech like that.
And that's why she can be human on that, because
And
she's not
actually-
running. She got nothing to fucking lose at this point.
Yeah.
100% you would make fun of it. I mean, we make make fun of guys all the time, depending on how they talk. If they're in an election, like what do they mean when they would say that? Like,
Right? What was the guy that lost this boy? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to Iowa.
Oh, yeah,
What the hell was his name? Man, basically said that lost his whole thing.
Yeah. Ed Grable fights that. And I don't care what Ed thinks. He's wrong. He lost it that
Whatever.
day. He
It
worked on his campaign.
It didn't work.
Grable did. Shit. Why can't I remember his name? We're going to Washington. We're going to Michigan.
It's the cackle.
Shit. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year because it's just starting.
Oh, yeah.
But Hillary's did a few interviews on in England and Europe. Howard Dean. Jesus. Thank
There
you.
you go.
And they were like, "Would you run again?" Never say never, ever.
Hey,
And
what'd you type in to look that up, E? What were the words you typed?
That's a great
we're
question.
going to Washington. Yell.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
That's good.
Good job.
Nice
That's pretty
job.
good, yeah.
Was it the first thing that popped up?
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else pop up?
No, not.
It's all Howard Dean.
Yeah, just a bunch
Do
of
you
Howard
have
Dean.
Do you have audio of it? Can you play the clip for those youngsters that maybe not be familiar with this? He was doing really well,
You know
He was.
something?
and he got
You
overexcited.
know something? If you had told us 1 year ago that we were going to come in third in Iowa, we would have given anything for that. And you know something? You know something? Not only are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and Oklahoma and Arizona and North Dakota and New Mexico. And we're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then and we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Sounds even worse than I remember.
It's funny. It was going pretty good up until that point. He sounded pretty good.
Did he?
Yeah, I think if he doesn't do that,
If he doesn't do that
yell, I
scream,
think
like
it's even still okay.
he sounds pretty good. I think he's enthused. I think he's composed. I think he's got some
Did he
swagger.
need to name every state in the continental U.S. though? I mean,
I think-
he could have gotten his point across. You know what I mean? Like, we're
He
going
did
to
go a
New
little
York,
deep
we're
on
going
that,
to
right.
Florida,
But-
we're going to Michigan, and then we're taking back the White House.
But it was that scream.
Yeah, it was that scream that really not good. So I agree with you. I don't see anyone electable on that side. The only reason anyone would be electable on the left at this point is strictly as a anti-Trump vote.
Yeah.
That's it. If you could get the numbers to go out and vote, but his approval rating has gone up 6 points in days, during this impeachment thing, and more than half the country thinks it's a waste of time at this point. So
Be curious to know, apples to apples, this election, how many people that voted for Trump last time
yeah.
end up not voting for him this time?
See, Jay thinks a lot of them aren't.
Maybe.
And
Or how many people that didn't the first time end up voting for him now? Like, you know what?
I
I didn't know what to expect, but I guess not so bad.
I don't know what he's done that would make someone not vote for him again. If you supported him, he was just as crass before and just as
Sure.
bloated ego.
There's been so many little
Well, it
things.
might not be. The thing is, like Jay thinks it's, which I'm starting to disagree on. I used to agree, and now I'm almost coming back. But Jay thinks that even if people supported him, some people are just so sick of this that they might just be like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's just go
Right.
back to a regular politician.
Sure.
I'm starting to get to the point where I felt like that, and now I'm coming back around to being like, fuck these people. I want to
Yeah.
see I almost want to see SNL go just lose their shit and have to do 4 more years.
Yeah.
And have, what's his name? Stephen Colbert really get up there for 4
Have to do it
more
again.
years instead of just writing real comedy.
Right.
I kind of want to see them have to deal with it.
I know. Part of me does too. It's funny. Tooch came by today, and I was talking to him, and it was just out in the background, muted. But I was like, oh, these fuckers on this, this impeachment stuff. I've had it on in the background all day, and just hearing them. He's like, I haven't watched a single second of it. It's white noise to me. I can't do it. And he said, I said, does it bother you when we talk about it on the show? Like, are you sick of it to the level where it's like, just don't talk about it? He said, no, it's totally different because you guys will give an opinion that I think most of the country, what he just said, like, fuck these people.
Yeah.
Like, you're at least talking about and saying what we're all thinking. Like, would you do something? Go to fucking work. Stop acting on this elitist level like you do and acting like the system's not rigged and this is somehow fair and blah, blah, blah. You're all noble for what you're doing.
That's the thing, man.
It's like,
Okay.
shut up. No, you're not, you liars. You just spent wasting money and time. That's all we're doing.
It's like I said about maybe a week or two ago. Like, I'm seriously, when I used to go to Washington, thought it was so cool seeing, like, being in this city of where our country, the laws are made, and this is where things go down. And when I'm going to be there in a month, I'm going to be with someone who hasn't gone, so we're going to walk around some stuff. But I legitimately see it differently now, like, throughout this process. Because it's like, I get it, but we've all had people we didn't want to win an election. How could they not for 3, I guess, right now, but 3 fucking years? You have a job that you're getting paid to do, and this isn't it. Like, this is not the job.
Yeah. And I think it frustrates most Americans, that aspect of it,
Very soured on what those guys are doing.
Yeah.
What law? I mean, what is their day to day? People are paying them money. They're getting paid a lot of money.
They
Not
decided, I mean, I don't know. We could go round and round
I
on
know.
it. It's just the swamp. It's the swamp nature of it. You get in, you never leave. Obama was saying the other day, he was giving some speech somewhere in Shanghai or some shit, and talking about how the biggest problem with politics is old men who won't get the fuck out of, just leave.
Yeah.
Go away. You're not supposed to
There
be there
needs to be
forever.
term limits, dude.
I
in the
agree.
national- in the
There
national-
should be.
Yeah.
And then he went on this rambly shit about how I really think that if you it's not Bill Clinton, but if we took 2 years and every world leader on the planet had a woman in place, this planet we'd be in a much better place, and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
Why did you run then?
yeah, why? How?
And ran
why
twice.
did you go to a death match with Hillary Clinton? Why didn't you just get out of the fucking way? Because women
Would be a better place.
Oh yeah, he's like, I guarantee it. Where was it? I don't know. Yeah, there, here,
Right there. That
right
one.
here on top. I can't see anything, but yeah, he's like, he said that while he was still in office, he would think of what the world would look like if it was run by a majority of women. Now, women, I just want you to know, you're not perfect, but what I can say pretty indisputably is that you're better than us men.
I bet he got such a laugh break on that.
Maybe.
Because he kind of gave no, women, you're not perfect.
Yeah.
And it probably was, hee.
Right.
Because it's Obama, so it's okay. If anyone else had even suggested, even though with the following statement he had,
If Trump said
right,
that,
right.
If Trump had said
Even
that,
with
he
the-
would be blasted as just the most
Sexist.
sexist, misogynistic.
even if he
fucking
followed
thing.
up with what he followed
Right,
up
exactly.
afterwards, it
Just-
wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, I'm absolutely confident that for 2 years, if every nation on earth was run by women, you would see significant improvement across the board on just about everything, living standards and outcomes. Yeah, if Trump was up there,
Then why isn't
I'm
he-
absolutely confident that if for 2 years, if every nation on earth was run by women, you would see significant improvement across the board on everything. Yeah, they would be like, yeah, they would just call him a sexist, misogynist for even thinking that. So he said he has no plans to run for political office anytime soon. Obama, well,
Then why isn't Obama using his
good.
clout to try to, maybe find women candidates and push them forward somehow or something?
Well, he prefers leaders step aside when it's their time and blamed older generations for the issues challenging the globe.
Definitely
You know
true.
what, Dick? You're not responsible for the globe.
Don't-
You can't
Don't worry about
rerun,
the
right?
globe.
Once your 2 terms are
No.
you're done. I know you can't have them consecutively, but
Yeah.
you can't. There's no if you're out for 8 years,
No,
you can come
because
back in.
Trump
Trump
or
should
something.
try
No.
to change that rule. If he wins a second term, he should try to change the rule. So,
Right.
Yeah.
like, you get a third and a fourth term. Could you imagine just for the fight.
You can do
know what
two.
I mean?
You can do like 2.5. You know, if you were brought in like as a vice president,
Well,
unelected,
right,
then you
yes,
can do
but I
two
mean
after
elected
that,
terms
but
or
no,
whatever.
no.
I didn't know if like if you were out of the game for a minute, if there was a time frame where you could come back in.
No.
So when JFK got his hat taken off,
Yeah.
Whoever stepped, I can't remember who stepped in, was sworn in like
Johnson,
that.
right?
Was
Lyndon
it Johnson?
Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson, sworn in on the plane,
Yeah.
literally with the president's wife with blood-stained shirt dress still on. Getting him sworn in.
Yeah, it doesn't count. It's like a
So
interim coach.
He gets a free presidency for
I think
that.
I
whatever.
think it could only be like half of it. I'd have to look at the rules exactly. But yes,
Oh, if
you
it's
could
more
do,
than the if it's
yeah,
over
I
2
think if
years,
it's over
it counts
two,
as
I
a
think
term.
It counts as a
Okay.
term. I think I'd have to look into it.
Yeah, so Obama goes on. If you look at the world and look at the problems, it's usually old people, usually old men not getting out of the way. This sounds like a setup to me, big time, because that man, Michelle Obama, she, this is laying the groundwork. I think, I bet her dumb ass runs at some point.
Maybe.
And well, he's got a couple daughters too, but I don't know.
Somebody's gonna have to break that barrier because it's not gonna be a black woman, and I don't mean that as a racist thing at all. He was the first black president.
Yeah, half black, but yeah.
Well, whatever. But you're going to have to get a woman, which is probably going to be a white woman, I would guess.
Yeah.
There's
Just the numbers, the
just
sheer
the numbers. Yeah, and just the way the evolution of it is.
Probably, although Michelle Obama has such a favorable, nationally, she's beloved by so many people. I don't know if obviously the right's not really going to vote for her, but the left would really get behind her for whatever reason. I don't know. Honestly, would you have any problem voting for a woman for president?
Would you? What? Would
I
that be
wouldn't.
Wait, would that? No, I wouldn't either. Listen, best fucking candidate. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Whatever is best for this country, that's all I give a shit about. But here's the thing. What if Obama ran as Michelle? What if Michelle said, hey, Michelle's going to be the president, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Give me 8 more years, guys. You want to do this again? Let's go back at it. We can run it as Michelle. I mean, you could technically do that, right?
He could run. Well, she could run for president and have him as the vice.
Well, yeah, but who gives a shit? I mean,
and then they just switch. They
not
just,
even switch. I'll just tell her what the fuck to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
she doesn't want the politics involvement. He's like, I got this.
Whatever. I'll take this meeting for you. Don't worry, honey.
Yeah,
but you could actually do that.
If there was a ticket,
might be the best
Michelle
candidate
as president and him as vice president, it probably would beat Trump.
Could he be vice president? Is there any term
I think
issues with that?
I mean, because we have vice presidents go to president all the time. Different job.
True.
Yeah, there's nothing that says he couldn't. He's young enough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
2024.
Husband and wife, man. It would have been interesting. Anyway, moving on from all the politics stuff. See, ML Elric quits at Fox 2.
I saw that. I actually just saw that a few
bummer,
minutes ago
yeah.
before we started.
Pulitzer Prize winner, Emmy Award winner, left Fox 2 after more than 7 years there because they wouldn't let him do his podcast.
Yeah.
The Soul of Detroit, I believe it is. He's doing it over at Drew's.
Mm-hmm.
And what the fuck is Fox 2 thinking?
I don't know.
I mean, the natural cross promotion is all there.
Yep.
ML Elric is the best thing you have on that station.
True.
You know what I mean? He's absolutely watchable.
Yeah.
LaDuff's not there.
I was say now
doing
LaDuff's
stuff.
gone. He kind of picked up that role.
To me, LaDuff and Elric were the things that were watchable about that entire channel.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're thinking, and it's kind of hypocritical. I mean,
Well, from what I read, I mean, I'm sure you have the whole story there, but it was originally the old station manager gave him his blessing, and he could do it, and then the new station he got fired, left, whatever, and a new station manager came in and said, "Hey, you can't do that anymore." And I'm like, "Well, what the fuck? What do you mean?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not like there's
probably
a lot
had
of
to make a
money
choice
and smartly.
Yeah.
I texted him. I said, "Good move, man. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Just
poach him.
yeah.
He's on the market.
Get
him in
you're the
for
best thing on
RFOS.
that station, anyways. It's their loss, not yours. You know. So
ML, if you're
it's-
listening,
he did
Come on
write
by.
them. Yeah. Well, he'll just go back to Drew's and
know.
pick up where he left off. Would be my guess. I mean, if that's the choice,
we can talk.
sure. Talk to ML. I said, let's grab a beer, man. He's a really good dude. Throws great. He throws a killer party in the summer.
Yeah?
Yeah, he really does. His house. He's got a cool house and layout and just fucking beer galore,
Perfect.
kegs, everything.
my
Food.
kind of place.
Yeah, you'll if we go this summer, T, you'll have to go. It's a lot of fun. So Yeah, I don't get it. They've got what's his name in the mornings, or as their anchor, who does the radio show still.
Oh, Towers.
Yeah, Jay
Yeah.
Towers. I mean, Jay Towers he's one of your anchors, and
He does the fucking commercials, by the way, for Imagine.
Yeah.
When you go to Imagine, he's in there. And,
the theater. Yeah.
oh, they're so douchey.
Yeah,
I know.
He's just safe. You know what I mean?
know.
He's a nice guy. I mean,
Sure.
Jay Towers is a nice dude.
Sure.
Mojo's a good guy. They know what they're doing. They know what their role is. But it seems like if you're allowed to do this radio show every day and then also do Fox
Is
2,
there
I
any
mean, like,
affiliation between the radio station and the
I don't know.
TV station?
You know, who
Parent
knows?
company,
They're
maybe?
so-
Yeah. So, the way those umbrellas reach out, it could be under
Yeah.
the same.
It never used to be that, but that wouldn't
getting that
surprise
way.
me. Yeah. So he left him a note. Friends, colleagues, and Rob Wolchek started. He says, if you're familiar with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you know that subject line is hilarious. You'll also know that 42 is the answer, but the search for the question continues. I'm not familiar with that movie or that book, whatever it is. So for everyone else, this is my last day at Fox 2. I had hoped to have a private word with many of you before today, but I've been trying to run through the tape, doing stories and tying up loose ends, so I failed miserably at catching up with many of you who mean so much to me. I'm sorry about that, but I'm also really bad at goodbyes, so it's probably for the best. It's been an honor and a pleasure to work with and get to know you and serve with you because unlike many of the people I cover, I believe serving the public is the highest calling that we can have. I don't know what else to say, but I've always believed the work should speak for itself, so I'll leave it at that. You can always reach me at, and then they removed his phone number there. You all mean so much to me. I wish you only the best. Happy holidays. You know, he didn't take a big shit all over his company and all that. It's probably good. My guess is someone else will pick him up if he even wants to do it.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, I mean, that's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, he's
standing on your
really good at
laurels.
what he does.
Good for him. Mm-hmm. You don't know what happened behind the scenes, but yeah, it's kind of a shit deal to have a deal in place,
Yeah.
because somebody came in, decided that they don't like that.
Yeah, and I don't know what I can't for the life of me imagine what their reasoning would be because he's going to do this podcast and he's going to be plugging his Fox 2 stuff all the time.
Saw there was a bunch of like conspiracy theories and shit flying around about it,
Really?
whatever. I guess the new guy, and total speculation on my part. It's
Yeah.
from the comment section. Everybody can go in there and check them
What
out.
do they?
But
What do they?
something
say?
about like the new guy was somehow is in bed with DTE, and he had shit all over DTE and some of his stuff, and they were like, whatever, more retaliation kind of a thing than anything else. And there's something to be said for that.
Absolutely, because he's more local.
Yep.
You know, he's going to be doing stuff based on Detroit, and he's not going to hold back. You know, neither is Charlie LaDuff. They investigate. They're investigative reporters, and they dig deep, and they, will tell it like it is. And when he's got a platform at Fox 2, he's doing 5 minutes in a piece. You know what I mean? 7 minutes in a highly edited piece. If you're doing a podcast, man, you can go as long as you want, and you can really piss off some people. I know LaDuff has pissed off many
I'm sure.
a local,
Yeah.
people that have
It is
tried
what it
to
is,
get him
though.
fired and all kinds of shit behind the scenes that have gone on. If that story runs, we'll never blah, blah, blah with this station again. And, stations have to stand up for that. But, yeah, that's an interesting rumor because I can't for the life of me figure out why else you wouldn't want that cross promotion.
No.
A lot of people are going to be listening to his podcast,
But that's
and he's going to
kind of
plug
standard.
Fox 2 like crazy.
You've seen it. I mean, we've seen it. We've come across it where
Yeah.
and it's not really a conflict of interest, but they can somehow say it or, with their contract, however they want to word it. But
Yeah.
they can manipulate their way out of it. But
Yeah.
it's pretty common that they don't want you
yeah.
doing other things. Like I said,
Well,
we've seen it.
We've seen it here. You're
Right.
right. We've had people here that have had to depart because
Yeah.
the other media outlet they're at doesn't like it, and a lot of times they're here for a little bit, and then the company gets wind of it,
Finds out,
and our contracts always had in there, stuff that you needed direct permission before ever doing an interview, even or anything like they don't want you dealing with other media outlets. You couldn't go do a show or something on another outlet. You can get permission to give an interview to the news, the Freep or something, but they, if they wanted to go by the letter of the law in your contract,
Shut it down.
it's very clear that, you can't do that without written permission, from X, general manager, whatever. So, That makes sense. Now I got some questions.
Yeah, right.
No,
Dig a little deeper
I'm gonna
on
start
that
asking
one.
some questions. I know ML's not giving comment right now.
Right, I'm sure he needs to stay out of it, but and
Answer
he
your
probably
phone,
knows.
dickhead, if I call you,
he
though.
probably knows the reality.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
does. Yeah, that's very interesting.
That might be his next. Maybe that's why he quit, because he wants to investigate the corruption between DTE and
Yeah.
the station manager.
WJBK. Get to the bottom of this. It's a fight they want. Well, we'll give them a fight.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, you have an annual physical to make sure that you're healthy. What do you do every year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call today at 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark. Oh, shit.
What?
I forget that every time.
Oh, yeah.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Great jobby. Amazes me you remember that every time.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone. I just looked down and I got like 4 news notifications. And I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? What's going on? And it's rare. Did
he get impeached?
Anything. No, not yet.
Oh, whew.
They'll probably be doing the vote while he's on stage in Michigan.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be like 7 to 8 o'clock tonight. By the time they voted for like to give themselves 6 more hours, 3 hours each this evening to, say the same shit you've said for
Yes.
the last 2 weeks.
I know.
One last time. Oh my God, it's crazy. The Lions making some news.
Did
Did you
they
see
lose
the
again?
news? No, they've lost 7 straight, 10 of 11. No, that they're bringing Bob Quinn back as GM, and their coach is
Patricia.
coming back, Matt Patricia,
Yeah.
for year 3. Well, year 4 for Bob Quinn.
Yep.
I know probably the vast majority wants them blown the fuck out of here.
Yes, more than likely. Results speak for themselves. I mean, it's what have you done for me lately, and
Yeah.
win or get the fuck out. But in all honesty, it's if you're going to bring in, and I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. I don't think he's shown me a ton that gives me a lot of confidence in it, especially that he was supposed to be this defensive guru coming from New England, and
Well, they've only got the worst defense in the league.
basically yes,
Worst. His record over 2 years is 9-20-1.
Considering you blew Caldwell out after
14,
2 winning
18 and
seasons,
14, 18 and 14.
Yeah.
And 2 out of the 3 years went to the postseason.
Yeah.
And was a very well-liked coach by his team, respected.
Yep.
Not scandalous in any way. I did not like Caldwell being blown out personally. I thought he was a good, well-established coach.
True.
But, the Lions are famous for not making moves. The Fords are famous, and it looks like Martha Ford
Yeah.
is going to be along those lines. And
Well, I mean, blowing a guy after 2 years,
gross.
yeah, blowing him out, might be a little quick.
I think that I'm glad they're not making a change.
I am too, personally.
Yeah.
And I'm not even
I
a
am
fan.
Too. It opens
I
up my
just,
Sundays again.
What's that?
It's gonna open up my Sundays again.
I think it's too
Well-
quick to pull the trigger on a guy. You're just going to start over if you do. You're already vested this far with him, and I have liked what Quinn's done through the draft and free agency, and what
See,
he's
a lot
done.
of people don't.
You don't.
And-
it hasn't materialized like
Yet
you
I
felt
thought
like it would. But
I thought we were getting for the first time that I can remember in my lifetime, guys that were able to start that you drafted late.
Yep.
We were seeing that some of the trades he made.
Yeah.
Hand, snacks.
Yeah.
I like
getting players to come here and
you can't-
trying to build something. It takes time, but
I think if you watch this team this year, something felt different. Now the injuries, you just can't throw that away. Like the Niners a year ago, right?
Yeah.
End of the season 4-12. They were terrible, and they got hit with the injuries, and all types of guys went down. They didn't blow out Coach Mike Shanahan, and they didn't blow out John Lynch, their GM.
Sure.
And it was like they just went, okay. This was an odd year with this many injuries, and 1 year later, when those guys got healthy again and came back and are playing, they're 11-3, and looking at possibly the number 1 team, representing the NFC. So I'm not saying that's the Lions,
True.
But the Lions were a couple of fluke plays away from a 5-0 start.
Early, yeah, they
And
really were. They looked good.
Either I know it's the NFL, win or you lose, fuck you. There's no one cares. But be honest, couple fluke plays, and that was a 5-0 team. And what are you talking about?
It could have been the other way too, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, it could have been 0 and more.
It's true.
I totally disagree with that.
No.
Well, if it's a close
You
game,
didn't even watch the games. E. What are you talking about?
I watched a few at the beginning.
Then you would know that's not true. I don't know what you're talking about. They played decent ball and were winning those games that nobody thought they would win handily. And then
the games they lost
couple
were
fluke
close
plays,
and fluky. They had the tie with
that
Arizona in the
stupid tie with
beginning.
an 18-point lead or whatever in the fourth. I mean, stupid. That fumble at the 1 yard line that was picked up and run back 1,000 yards for that Kansas City win.
And you lost Kerryon Johnson, your number one running back early. But the good part of the second half of the season without Stafford.
0-7 since Stafford went down.
Yeah. Well,
and they put him on IR. So I know the media is outraged about this. I know a lot of fans are sick of this, same old Lions. I get it. I do. But I'd like to see one more year with these guys and see if you can keep a healthy roster, make some advances in the draft because you're going to get an early pick. I'd like to see one more year and see what they can do. Because I do think they were building something that felt a little different.
The culture felt a little different. It really did. But then you start losing those fucking games, and it comes out same old Lions, and then next thing you know, it's a slippery slope. You just end up right back where you started.
You guys excited for Star Wars? The Rise of Skywalker?
I can't say that I am.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, we're going to it.
I know.
Tomorrow.
I'm still going. I mean, if everybody's listening, I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
No, you don't have to say that.
No,
I mean,
they lost me. Of course, I watched them as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, the first three, the real ones, the Lucas. But after a couple, like it just lost me. And they never got me back. And they might be great. I don't know. And then, I have no idea where in the story it's going to be tomorrow.
I thought about after the show tonight, we should try to find the movies because I don't know. And I saw all of them when they came out, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago?
Because they're on a weird order, it's all different timelines, right?
Right.
It's not sequential.
But they're trilogies. So it's like you had the original trilogy. That was the end of the story, I guess. And
you wouldn't even need to watch the first three, though.
No, you're right. But I mean,
the original ones than these ones.
I think you at least need to watch the last one. With and if you had time, the one before that. So then you'd watch the first two in this trilogy package, and then
so at least it's 3, 3, 3 or whatever in order.
No.
No. Not the three trilogies are in different orders, but each three in each trilogy
story.
are sequential at least.
Yes, is a continuation of a story.
Okay. So at least that would build you up to this point.
And this wraps up the story. This was, I think, and people dispute this, but Lucas's vision was a 9-part thing, and so this wraps up is the conclusion to the original Star Wars movies.
He's blown out though. He doesn't have any part of this shit anymore.
No, they took the keys from the old man.
Yeah. I wonder how close this is to what he had in
Probably
mind.
not very. Would be my guess.
Was Jar Jar Binks his?
Yes, and so that's where people were like,
that's when he took the keys. That's fair. Yeah, that's when he lost me. So
yeah, it was tough. There was just so much CGI and crap. But anyways, there's a new Imagine Theater grand opening or renovated in Canton, Westland.
Yeah, the theater's there, but they're putting. What do you call that thing?
It's the grand opening of the largest cinema scope in the Midwest. This thing is 94 feet wide, this screen, 40 feet tall. And they've got their grand opening tomorrow. It's a super IMAX screen. And I could read you the details of it, and we would just hear people leaving the show.
Yeah, right.
It's like, really, guys. So, they've got what's that?
Travis would turn it up.
Oh, there's a couple nerds out there that would be, Travis would be one of them. It's going to take place tomorrow, December 19th, with an official ribbon cutting at 6:30. They've got hors d'oeuvres and drinks at 6, kind of a media thing that we're going to be at, and then they're showing the movie after. It sounds like it's open. The first paid ticketed showing open to the public will commence then at 7:30. So I guess people can buy tickets and go to that.
Well, I'm sure that's sold out, but
maybe. But if not,
it will be Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Usually everybody.
I've already
been.
I have tickets for Christmas Eve already because there's so many
Yeah.
of the night shows that are sold out.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, just call Dawn and have her give you tickets.
Yeah, it's all he
Already
did.
got them.
So yeah, tickets available at imagine-entertainment.com, at the theater lobby kiosks, the box office, on their smartphone app, whatever. So yeah, tickets $10 for matinees, 15 for shows starting after 6. And that new theater, man, that's like heated seats, reclining seats. Heated.
So is it
Spent
everything
like $3
in there?
million.
Is it everyone, are all of them that, or is it just one?
Almost all theaters are like that anyway now.
Yeah?
Like recliners. Not I mean, I
Yeah, I don't know what
not
the
as nice as-
CinemaScope
No,
technically
they-
does. Is it just one theater in
Yes.
there, or is it all of
Yeah.
them are that?
No.
Just one special theater,
yes.
theater number one.
The venue was renovated throughout this year with heated reclining chairs, now expanded by an additional 9,000 square feet. The area will include the Supermax EMAX screen, as well as a new event space party room. Yeah, but it's say I was reading this. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It'll feature ultra bright Christie 4K RGB 57,000 lumen laser imagery paired with a 64-channel Dolby Atmos immersive audio system, and further enhanced with a Q5C Cord 110F, a multi-purpose software-based digital audio signal processor that delivers the benefits of QSC's SQ-SYS solution.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And I was like, if it's not at least that,
Yeah.
no thank you.
I'm going to fall asleep.
I'm going to pass.
Heated reclined seat, I'm going to sleep for sure.
There's more, too. I mean, I could read. There's another half. I was halfway through when I stopped there.
What's a regular, I guess they probably all vary, but what's the standard movie screen dimensions?
I don't. I mean,
They vary.
I think you're right though. I
They
think
probably
that
do. I know some
think
are
at
bigger
this
than
point,
what-
especially now because
Yeah. 94 feet sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
94 feet wide and 40 feet tall.
We couldn't get the full Hyundai, huh?
No, for whatever reason. The reviews are coming in. I was looking at reviews because they had the official premiere, I believe, Monday night, probably at the Man's Chinese Theater, whatever they call that now in Los Angeles. And
Parsons
all the-
Chinese Theater, I'm sure.
Yes, there you go. They have all the celebrities and the lights and all that, blah, blah, blah. And people that were there were tweeting out afterwards because they had a lockdown on any media reporting anything till today, Wednesday. Official opening, is it tomorrow or is it tonight even? It might even be tonight. But so they wouldn't let anybody, you were not allowed to write a review of any kind until today, which is why you're seeing them in the papers and people are trying not to give spoilers, but, kind of giving their opinion, what they thought of it. And the tweeters that I saw overwhelmingly loved it.
Yeah.
So those are probably fans that got into a special engagement and
Right.
just loved it. They'll see it 50 times. The other reviews are not quite as thrilled. Some of them, you've got, and take it for what it's worth, these critics mean almost nothing to
True.
me, their opinion of these movies.
How many tomatoes does it have?
56.
say, yeah,
Really?
good on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's not a good start.
Helen O'Hara gave the film 3 stars for all the visual panache, pleasing cameos, and interesting newcomers here. For all that Ridley and Driver pour into their standoffs, the Emperor's presence shows a disturbing lack of faith at the heart of the rise of Skywalker. The fan backlash last time has been taken on board too well. The storytelling here sputters whenever it approaches any similar chance to turn away from the narrative convention and do something truly unexpected. So it's like people were bitching, if you went too far one way, and it's like, okay, let's not do that. Let's just give them what they want. And so it kind of ends for a lot of people like, "Ugh, you could have done something really fucking badass, but
Yeah, because this is the end of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The journey ends here.
yeah.
Oh, there'll probably be a million spin-offs.
Oh
in
no,
there.
they're already no, they are already doing that
Yeah.
stuff. But like you said, this is the journey though. Like this is the main one.
So I found it hard to care much either way about it. Neither betrayed nor sated, whatever that means.
Indifferent.
It's tunnel vision quest to be broadly loved or at least internet approved of. Ugh, that you don't want to hear. It doesn't want to get panned on Twitter. Just make it so everyone's happy. So there's a lot of things like that, and then of course there's the other side, people that really really enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I,
Like the
I have
end,
no
whatever.
expectations really going in because I'm not up to date, but sounds like it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to see the biggest CinemaScope screen
Yeah.
in the Midwest.
I'm excited for that too.
Good for
You know,
Imagine.
That'll be cool. And Super EMAX, I'm not familiar with a lot of that technology, but I bet it'll sound amazing and,
Yeah.
and look amazing. So
For sure.
that's exciting.
Hey, I got to tell you about the Hamlin Pub. They got 6 locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, Richmond, and 2 in Shelby Township. Hamlin Pub offers a wide selection of craft beers. They have a great happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 2 to 6 and half-off appetizers on Mondays. Check out all their specials at all 6 locations at hamlinpubs.com.
So Adam Driver, they say, and Daisy the chick and Adam Driver in Star Wars are amazing. And I believe that. Adam Driver I thought was great in Black Klansman.
Yeah.
He was really good in that. And most of the stuff I've seen him in I liked.
Marriage Story was awesome.
Well, that's...
I know. I knew where this was going, actually. But,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was. I watched it.
Is that a series or a
No,
movie?
it's just a Netflix movie.
It's
I
just a
watched
movie.
it. I
Oh,
fucking
okay.
loved it, actually. But
Yeah, that's Scarlett Johansson and him. And what are they going through a
that is-
divorce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't give any spoilers. I
I
haven't
won't.
seen
I'll
it
just
yet,
say
but
that I really enjoyed it.
it sounds like a lot of people really enjoyed it. Like
Yeah.
it's doing really well on Netflix.
Good.
And so he's doing press, and he's got like 3 of the biggest projects on Earth going right now. So you can imagine he's promoting the release of Star Wars
Yeah.
as Kylo Ren, and then he's got this marriage movie on Netflix, and I think there's another one on Amazon maybe that he's got coming out. So there's 3 major projects he's working on. And so he's doing a lot of interviews and stuff and going on big shows. He was on NPR, their highly influential talk show, Fresh Air. Familiar with that? Terry
I am,
Gross?
actually, yep.
Yep. And so Terry Gross, she's asking him questions, and
She's a great interviewer.
yeah, well, he was on there a few years ago, and apparently he doesn't like hearing people playing clips of his movies to him. He doesn't like hearing his work. And so I guess in that show, what's it called again? Marriage
Marriage Story.
Story.
I think.
He sings a song of some sort. And he sings the song, let's see, what the hell's the name of it? Being Alive. So she's going to play a clip of it on the air. Now, he's already let her know, like, I'm getting really uncomfortable, blah, 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 a few years ago. And she's like, I was prepared for that. Just take your headphones off. Da, da, da. And he takes his headphones off, walks out of the studio, and leaves.
Doesn't come back?
No. He's fucking gone. Doesn't want anything to do with it. And so they're kind of like, we don't really understand why he left. We were looking forward to the interview. And so, you know, other people say, well, it might seem odd and abrupt, but he has routinely expressed displeasure with hearing or watching his own performances. And I understand that, like, most people are probably going, what a fucking baby. Blah, 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 blah. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of, you know, people that do talk shows or movies really get uncomfortable hearing their, you know, I don't know if you're like that, E.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but I can't stand it when someone plays part of the show back to me. I'm like, dude, I'm always going to take issue with something I said or the way it was said. He's even worse. They're calling it a phobia. Like he's like, I can't listen to my work. I hear a flaw every time, and I think about when I did it, and I want to fix it, and I know I can't fix it, and I drive people nuts because I always want to fix everything and be perfect, and it doesn't work that way. But you know, he can't.
That's not a live show. Couldn't you just edit that in after, like, and not actually play it during the interview, and then just know that you're going to splice that in between?
But
so that one's on them.
Yes, you could, and I suppose the way to do that, because you're right, it is taped way in advance, and then it airs at a later date. You could say, hey, we'll insert a clip of your singing, so you don't have to be bothered to hear it now, but, you know, and then ask him a series of questions. Because if it was just to play it as a clip, you could just add that later. There's no need. But I'm assuming they're going to want to talk to him about it. You know, and do you know what the singing part is, E, when he sings that song?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know. I know when he sang a song in a bar at one point. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
Karaoke?
About, yeah, no, he was like playing piano and he was singing because in the show he's runs a play company or whatever, and they're out celebrating. I think like a successful airing of one of their plays or something. And
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
I
Was he
can't
good?
say enough about it.
Was it a decent performance, or was it like shitty, like
I mean,
even on
know.
purpose?
I don't know. It seemed fine enough to be honest. That scene was kind of that was the only scene in the whole movie where I was just like, Netflix is a bitch to fast forward, so I didn't fast forward, but I was kind of like, okay, get over this fucking song. But but I don't think it's because he was a bad singer. I just don't care for that shit. But
Yeah. By the way, the third thing that he's promoting, it is an Amazon movie. It's the retelling of the U.S. Senate report on the Bush era torture. It's called The Report. So
All right.
Yep. Whatever you do, don't play him any clips.
Yeah,
He
no
doesn't want to
kidding.
hear them.
It was a busy time for him to not do that.
Takeshi 6ix9ine.
The,
How do you say his name? The
little,
rapper.
The little rat.
Little rat, dude.
Oh man.
He's a dead man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's
For sure.
So
he ratted
fucked.
everybody out. Even people like weren't involved in anything they were
Cardi
doing.
B.
He was just throwing it down. Yeah.
Cardi
He
B.
was like, bitch, keep my name out your mouth.
Do you know who Takeshi 6ix9ine is?
I mean, I know who he is.
He's got the
can't-
69
you can't miss him.
tattooed
Right.
all over his body. I mean, you want to throw a picture up of him there? Well, he's been
You
sentenced
gotta
to.
spell it.
No, I already got it in here. I was trying to decide. I mean, there's so many, I guess.
Oh yeah,
From,
you can't go
but-
wrong. I mean,
Yeah, there you go. That's him.
And then you see
Narking
him-
everybody out.
yeah. So he's been sentenced to 2 years behind bars. He'll only have to serve 11 months because he's already been being held for 13 months, so time served. He was facing 47 years, but prosecutors have lauded him as a star government witness who helped take down the 9 Trey Bloods, and fans have speculated that he was going to walk free today. For that, Judge Engelmeyer took a far less favorable view. He sentenced him to 2 years and blah blah blah. Bruce Springsteen sang about murder, explaining that while it is common for musicians to sing about crime or use it as a theme, it does not mean they have to join gangs. Your choice to join 9 Trey was unnecessary. I see a lot of gangs, like a 76 defendant Bronx case. They fell in at a young age. That excuse is not available to you. By the time you began with 9 Trey, you were a nationally famous rapper. You had a prosperous future. So your counsel said you joined to break out of poverty. I don't buy that. You were set. And adding that many of the crimes he informed on would have come to light anyways, even if he hadn't cooperated. So got this cooperation out of him. So yeah. Anyways, he's got. Then I'll have to do 5 years after release, supervised release, 300 hours community service, $35,000 fine. What's his name? Daniel Hernandez or something.
Is that his real name?
Yeah. The worst part is over. I wish you very, very well. We are adjourned. And so his dad shows up. His biological dad shows up. He's like, "Hey, I want to speak on behalf." And he's Takeshi 6ix9ine was like, "What the fuck?" Hasn't seen the guy since he was 6. The judge is like, "You lost the opportunity to speak up for your fucking kid years ago. Be gone."
Trying to lay claim to the will after he's gone. Since he
just
knows he's
shows-
getting whacked.
Went out for smokes when he was 6 and never came back home, and now he shows up at his court hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucked.
One girl in there, she got shot in the foot at some, one of their gang bullshit, wiling out, selling drugs, attempted murder. And so it sounds like, he claims he was brainwashed into joining this gang. And to get street cred, he joined so you get street cred.
Yeah.
He used to just go to church and sing in the church, and then he wanted to be a clean-cut singer, and nobody gave a shit. So he decided to go gangbang style and started tatting up. And then someone tells him, like, "Yeah, man, you look pretty cool with all those tats. You ever think about rapping?" He's like, "No." "You want to try?" He's like, "Oh, all right."
Okay.
So
So he had all that before he started rapping?
some of it, yeah. Yeah.
The 6ix9ine on his forehead. That was before?
I don't know if that was post or pre any sort of rap career. The judges said while your cooperation was courageous because he is unusually
you're a dead man.
recognizable. I would say, yeah, he is
You're fooled.
unusually recognizable. He had to serve longer. The U.S. Attorney Michael Longyear lauded him as high-profile government witness who helped take down the godfather of the 9 Trey gang. Prosecutor said he would no longer be safe to roam free. He had to abandon his family, including a new baby, immediately after agreeing to work with the government. So Mr. Hernandez sits before you today, given a second chance. The only good that comes from being a gang member is a life in jail, and that's what he's going to preach to people going forward. That'll be his message. He's trying to do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. And so he was charged with 6 federal crimes originally, including racketeering, firearms offenses. The indictment named him and 5 other 9 Trey members alleged involvement in drug sales, a couple shootings in New York City, and then he flips on the others and agrees to cooperate. He then testified at the trial of the only 2 who did not plead guilty and helped secure their conviction. It's the last guys you're going to want to convict.
Yeah.
So he would get street cred by being associated with a gang,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would take a percentage of whatever he earned in the music business. Sounds like this is kind of their deal. That's what he's alluding to with Cardi B.
Yeah, they go and recruit in a way, or
Mm-hmm.
they give you, you got to know that that's not the way to go.
In court, he described his persona as one of a scumbag. In photos, he posed with guns, money, drugs, and alcohol. All of it was for shock value. In fact, I'm Danny, a nice kid from Brooklyn.
It's worth a shot.
My rap career started when someone told me I looked cool. Some of the guys that some have been sentenced. Some, like Takeshi, are waiting for their sentencing still to be completed. The 11 charge, Mel Murda was charged. Shoddy is going down.
Oh,
These are all
man,
his-
not shoddy.
Yep.
Come
Ish.
on.
Fucking Ish is going down, dude. Hard. I know. We're losing, obviously, Takasha.
Yeah.
Fubanga. Fubanga's going down.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I swear,
not
dude.
Fubanga.
Crippy. Come on. Crippy's on the straight and narrow now. Everyone knows that.
He's a family man.
Drama is in some shit. Kuda
Wow.
B.
Listen, drama's a bitch. Fuck
Ro-
that guy. He gets it. He's gonna.
Doesn't shock me. Ro Murda is on this list, but Harv Nuke. What the fuck did Harv do?
Man.
Nuke. Yeah, all the boys, man.
You know what Nuke did.
Yeah, I know. So I love these trials when you get these guys on there, whether it's Lil Wayne,
Yeah.
the greatest deposition ever. But
The polar opposite of this.
oh yeah,
Wheezy was like, "Fuck y'all."
yeah. My name's Derek, and I'm a nice guy from Brooklyn. Wheezy's like, suck dicks, motherfucker. So the judge is like, Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to ask you some questions about the lyrics of your song Gummo. Beginning with the first line, there's a reference to a word blicky. What is blicky? Yeah, blicky's that's a gun. Second line, there's a phrase in the middle. Drum it holds 50. What is that a reference to? Drum is attachment to the gun that carries extra clips and bullets. And he's like, the second stanza is a line in the hood. In the hood with them Billy N-word and them Hoover N-word. What is that a reference to? Me stating who I'm with. And what is Billy? Billy's 9 tray. How has hip-hop reacted to this? Since he testified, rappers have been shocked and quick to distance themselves completely from this dude.
Yep.
And to undermine his position in the industry, Snoop Dogg described him as a rat and compared him to Martha Stewart. He said, as we watch Takeshi 6ix9ine or whatever his name is snitch on everybody, all caps, I invite you all to remember Martha Stewart snitched not one soul
Right.
during her trial. Baby girl kept it 10 toes down and ate that prison sentence by herself.
Oh, yeah.
Like the true baddie she is. That's my motherfucking homegirl, solid as a rock.
You ever see their show?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
cooking
great.
show.
Yeah, it was great. I
Is
love
it
that
really?
show. Yeah, it was hysterical. Martha's a bad bitch, man.
She is, dude.
She's a bad bitch.
She was on the roast recently of, was it Baldwin?
somebody.
Or,
She was
or
great.
Bieber's roast or something?
I forget who it was, but I saw her on one of them. Yeah, and she was hysterical. She was one of the best ones there.
Yeah.
She's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
'Cause she ain't a snitch.
Hell, dude, right?
I ain't no rat.
And hers was, I mean, I know insider trading is bad.
Right.
You're not opposed to dirt at. But how do you, if you got someone working that knows, the company's going bankrupt tomorrow, and you got a lot of stock in it, how do
Yeah.
you not be like,
I know.
yeah, pull up my shit? Like, that would be so fucking hard to sit there with that information being like, yeah, just between you and I and the wall, that business is fucked as of tomorrow, or that business is going to blow up tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That'd be
Was there
really tough.
Did they have proof of that? Did they have any?
I don't even remember.
I have no idea the details of that.
Yeah,
case,
it
but
was
they, like,
insider trading.
Well, I know,
Something
but
about that.
They have like an email or something like, "Hey, dump it." Did you
they
think that's the
must have.
kind of thing when you're like, "Hey, psst, off the record"?
Yeah. Why don't you come over? We'll talk about
Yes,
it.
exactly. That's the kind of thing you don't say, but
Yeah, I don't know how that stuff comes out. Obviously, Martha's not going to go bragging about it on, a Kimmel
no, I wouldn't
interview.
think so. Why'd you sell everything? Just a hunch.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't get to where I am because I'm a dumbass, right?
I'm
It
a
just the
billionaire
writing
for a
was on the
reason.
wall.
Yeah, but, it could have been, who knows? It's like, you've been riding this wave for years. What happened? Thursday. What happened? The day before it exploded.
Yeah,
Who knows? And there's probably a lot of people involved that did the same thing. And
I'm sure.
yeah.
They
So,
all went down.
what happens to Takeshi now? He will not enter witness protection because he wants to maintain his public persona. No, No.
Because you can't get those tattoos off your fucking
No.
face. You
Right,
don't
exactly.
stand a
Yeah,
chance.
exactly.
So he's also saying he would foot the bill on his own security. He'd have to have bodyguards round the clock. I know that sounds like something he could do. He's got plenty of money.
Probably not.
The
honestly.
money he's going to lose on the legal.
That's just going to get your bodyguards killed.
Yeah, right.
It's
You think if the
just
if
going
the
to spray
gang,
the whole crowd.
Right.
yeah. So he'll have mountainous legal bills, which he'll take up. So estimates are, some people say, oh yeah, he's worth about $10 million. Sounds like a lot of money. Other estimates say he's worth around $1 million. And if he's worth $1 million, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
$10 million, he's going to have to be very fiscally responsible for the foreseeable future. No more rainbow-colored Lamborghinis, sir. Private jets are done. But I'm kind of with you, T. Like, you're just going to get his security killed.
I wouldn't be looking long term. I don't think he's going to be on this earth too long.
Couple other things.
Hey,
Yeah.
while you're looking at that, we can get a 2-pack of MyPillows premiums for $69.98. It's only $34.99 per pillow. This is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com. Use promo code TDC.
Yes. My pillow. Get some bleed stop while you're at it.
Oh, we still haven't gotten ours.
I know. I
wanna
haven't
try
asked
it.
Dawn. I need to ask
could use
Dawn.
it. You see this shit I got going on here?
Yeah, what's going on with your hands? You're filthy.
Been working outside, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, let's see what man's hands look like, T. Or Isis.
Yeah.
Look at
not
those.
good.
When was the last time you called someone a nerd? Smarty
Text
pants.
or in person.
I think you
Either
just said
or.
it like
I just
10
texted
minutes
someone
ago.
I just texted someone that called them a nerd in a gift today.
Wow.
So
That there's a psychology lecturer and psychotherapist, Dr. Sonia Falk, and she's in the UK. And she says that this is divisive and humiliating anti-IQ insults, and they can have negative effects that last a lifetime. So she wants people with the highest IQs in the country, who make up 2% of the population, to be protected by the same hate crime laws as ethnic, religious, and sexual minority groups. So she is calling for insults like brainiac, know-it-all, smartass, dweeb, brainbox.
Like, does smartass actually qualify? Like, I don't think that's the
No.
same,
No.
right? That's like an insult.
She's being a touch sensitive with
sure.
smartass.
She's casting a
Dweeb?
wide net.
Dweeb?
Yeah, that's a dork. That's not that.
Well, dork. Yeah.
Well, I know, but that you can be a dork and not be in the 2% of the smartest people.
Yeah. She claims victims of anti-IQ slurs often experience the same level of stress and isolation as other minorities. Yeah, because you're nerds.
Yeah.
Usually not fun to hang out with.
I'm guessing she's a nerd.
You're going to be, yeah, she's part of Mensa, of course. She's launched a new book called Extreme Intelligence, a study of discrimination against those with especially high IQs. Okay, we get it. You've got a high IQ. Get over yourself, smarty pants.
Yeah.
Christ. She herself is a member of High IQ Society Mensa. She said the N-word was common in parlance in the UK until at least the 1960s. Other insulting slurs about age, disability, religion, and gender identity remain in widespread use. They did remain in widespread use until recently. The same can be said about anti-IQ words like nerd, brainbox, geek, egghead, dweeb, and smarty pants.
Is that real? I mean, even it's really insulting to tell somebody you're so smart, which is basically what that means. Like, you're really, really smart.
All right, egghead.
You know, like that's so offensive. I guess
Yeah.
there's bullying and there's shit that goes along with that, but come on, is
I
that
would think
really?
they get their books knocked out of their hand more than they're called egghead.
Yeah.
I mean, sticks and stones, lady. Grow up.
Like, yeah, okay, we'll see you in a couple of years when
Yeah.
I got my 4th master's PhD.
Slurs such as these will continue to be used unabated at the expense of the brightest members of society until legislative action is taken. In England, any communication, ISIS, that is threatening or abusive
you're on
directed
the
towards a
record.
person on account of their race, color, disability, nationality, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or gender identity is classified as a hate crime. It is covered by a variety of statutes, including the Public Order Act of 1986. This has been revised over the years to include language that is deemed to incite racial, religious, sexual-oriented hatred. Penalties can include imprisonment, fines, or both.
imprisonment.
Legislation
Bit
must be, and now we need to widen this to include anti-IQ slurs.
Anti-IQ slurs?
They should receive the same respect, acceptance, and legal protection as the alphabet community and other minority groups. In short space of time, since racial, homo, and religious hate speech was banned, it is now seen by most as morally abhorrent. I don't know about most,
Yeah.
but whatever.
It all falls under that whole, just generally be nice to each other. Not being
Yeah.
an asshole. Just don't call people names. But
Yeah, but what if she's kind of being an asshole?
you're
though?
really attacking somebody for being smart, and they kind of already won.
It would be progress for British society to come to feel the same way about hate-filled, prejudicial slurs against our high IQ community. So, this is why your First Amendment is so important.
Fair.
This is specifically why, because where do you draw the line? If you go, no, the government will not get involved and infringe on your right to free speech. If you're telling the truth, you are protected. You cannot lie and say there's a fire in a crowded theater. That is a lie,
Yep.
right? And it has, it has the, people running out in panic, blah, blah, blah. If there's actually a fire in a theater, you can go, fire, fire, in a crowded theater.
Yep.
There's a fire in there.
You're supposed to.
Right. The only way is if you're lying about it. The truth shall set you free. But this is where it goes. This is why I bitch about it so much, and I get so fucking angry about it. You want to go to jail for saying egghead? Shut up, egghead, nerd.
Well,
You want to get fined? You want the government to fine you? Get a ticket?
What if you called somebody that's not smart a nerd?
I do that all the time.
I understand.
Yeah.
But she's talking about the
Reverse. What about, how many times I've called E a homo?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he doesn't suck dick. He's not a homo. But I've called him a homo 1,000 times. Would that get me in trouble?
Yep.
Probably.
Sure. If you called a dumb person a dumbass, is that hate crime?
What if they
and
do
hate
something
speak too?
stupid?
Yeah.
That's
know.
the thing here.
Slippery
This
slope.
lady doesn't want to be called a cunt, but she's acting like a cunt.
Yeah.
An uppity one at that is, can I call her uppity? High society,
Can't do anything anymore.
ivory tower, high society cunt.
See you next Tuesday.
So, hopefully, that's great. So they put these in, these are deemed as hate crimes, words.
Punishable.
We put that law in. But
Jailable.
Once you break that wall, and it doesn't include everything, once you break down that wall, it's over. Then every asshole go, precedent set.
Yep.
Why are they protected? She wears a towel on her head, and you can't call her an Arab. You can't call her a terrorist. It's a hate crime against her. Okay, well then this nerd group's going to come out and go, I don't want to be called a smart ass, a bookworm, a nerd, smarty pants. Call someone smarty pants. She thinks you should be punished, fined, maybe imprisoned for it.
Be able to see how that's hate speech.
Egghead. Shut
right?
up, egghead. We've heard enough from you, you
Yeah.
dweeb.
It may not be like the nicest thing you can do, but it just doesn't
Like you
seem
said,
like it
kinda
really.
is a compliment.
Yeah, it doesn't really cross a line.
I know.
I could see, calling her a terrorist. Okay, that may cross the line, but
I think
Egghead.
physical violence is what crosses the line. Assaulting someone
Sure,
because
sure.
they're Muslim. Assaulting someone for being gay.
Yeah.
That's a hate crime.
well, there's already a precedent. The N word crosses a line,
Sure does.
so there's already a precedent set. Mm-hmm. So
but
where-
you're not going to
where
go
you
to
draw the-
jail for that?
no,
You might get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
Which isn't
probably.
right either. Coming to violence, but we've seen plenty of person throw that word around willy-nilly and get the shit kicked out
yeah,
of them.
well, there's
And
a time and a place for everything.
there's not a ton of sympathy that ends up going to them in
No,
the end.
generally not. But
Yeah. So you're not allowed to, the things that are protected where you can't, aren't protected where you can get in trouble are if you call for a call to action. I'm coming there to shoot you, to beat your ass. Those things you can't do. You can't encourage other people to do it. Let's meet here and do this to someone. That type of shit is what will get you in trouble. You can't threaten someone online with physical violence or, in person. You're not allowed to do that. But, not agreeing with someone's religion and having a debate, like this, honestly, I thought, is this an Onion story? Most times you get someone that acts like an idiot, you go, oh, nice job, Mensa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that protected now? Would that be in her book? Well, now they're using that as a,
That's derogatory.
They're calling the retarded people mensas.
Yeah.
He's a real mensa over there.
That one.
Know what I mean? Eggheady. You dweeb, nerd, smarty pants.
It's a slippery slope, man. You can't.
Brainiac.
I know that.
Isn't that a character in a cartoon?
She literally wants that to be like a crime, a jailable offense.
Yeah.
Is that the way you?
She wants that covered in crime legislation, just as any religion would be protected
Yeah.
from hate speech, any sexual orientation, blah 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 blah. That's what she's calling for.
Well, and
she's
it's
written a
not-
book on it, and she's done years of research.
But even saying, I mean, none of those are actual. I don't know. All right,
Well, no one's
whatever.
ever called you an egghead or a dweeb
You don't know that.
or a smarty pants.
Oh,
No one's
shit.
ever called
Come
you a
on.
dweeb
You
or a
don't
smarty.
know that.
Have you been called every name on that list?
Nah, honestly, even those names. To be honest, those names, even when I was in high school, were already kind of done, dude. Like,
Yeah,
dweeb.
right, who
It makes
actually
me think
uses
of, like,
that stuff
Friend
anymore?
of the nerds or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
Only the nerd said that.
What did we
like
call him?
loser and
What do we call him? Dorks? Yeah, he's a dork.
I don't even know, man. I don't even think people really make fun of people that are like.
I've said
I don't-
nerds. I don't think I've ever called someone a smarty pants.
No.
I don't think
Or an
smart
egghead.
ass, but
Yeah,
smart ass.
but
You're
that's-
right.
That's the other way. That's basically saying you're, how sarcastic.
I honestly
or
don't even really
Know
remember
it all?
people-
intelligent.
Know it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real know it all. Doesn't mean you're smart. He,
No,
think,
you
he
think-
thinks he's an
Right. You know it all usually means that they don't actually, in fact,
Right.
know it
Yeah.
all. Like you're making fun of the fact that they don't.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you called a white guy the N word? Mm-hmm. Is that crossing the line? Is that hate speech?
Are you a black guy calling a white guy an N-word?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does.
No,
Yeah.
no. Calling a white guy the N word.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't think.
It's just like calling a straight guy a homo.
Yeah. Right.
Does it have to fit the category?
Depends. Are you saying like N-word rich? Jesus, man, you just bought all that shit. What do you think? You're N-word rich?
No, you want to quantify it? Is there-
Yes, because I think it's a big difference. If a black guy calls you the N-word, it's like, hell
That's
yeah.
my boy.
Hell yeah. Vanilla Gorilla.
That's not the point.
But some white nerd dweeb, Brainbox, I've never even heard of Brainbox, by the way,
That's
comes
my
up and calls
first
you
for
the
me.
N-word. I don't know why. What is your point? Do you think,
Well, I'm just intent. Is it just the word itself, or is it how it's used?
Probably
or
how
is
it's
it
used.
Intent, right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So if you called, obviously, you say it to a black guy, it's crossing the line. If you say it to a white guy, is it? I don't know. Never really tested that
it depends
theory.
how many people are around that heard you call
Well, it's
the
true.
white guy the
Who's
N-word.
listening?
Yeah.
You gotta do that. You look over both
If
shoulders
you go to
before you say it.
if you're hanging out the quad at Grambling
Yeah.
and say that to your white friend,
I'm just-
it might have a problem. But if you're in your own home watching the game, mod,
You know.
I'm not going to report you. You can call me that if you want.
All right, fair enough.
Cleveland police officer, who attempted to kidnap a 12-year-old girl, pled guilty. He's got a plea deal he's working on. We've done this story before. Isis, you might remember it. Solomon Niwatiwa, 34, was arrested in August, charged with attempted kidnapping, pandering, obscenity, disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. It's at a bus stop. He's agreed to register as a sex offender once a year for the next 15 years. Now, he was off duty as a police officer in Cleveland and sees this 12-year-old girl at the bus stop. And he rolls up and
Oh,
says,
yeah,
"Do
yeah.
you need a ride home alone?" And she's like, "No, I'm good," and turns it down. And he's like, "Fine." And he takes off. A minute later, he comes back, hops out his car, is like, "Look at my dick and balls," and then whizzes on her while filming it with his phone.
Yeah. I remember
Wow.
now, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, did he take her?
No, he just
How is it kidnapping?
as far as taking her, he took a whiz on her, but that's it. That's all he took.
Didn't you say he kidnapped her?
Attempted to kidnap a 12-year-old. I don't know.
That's an interesting.
He was
way
off
to
duty at the
phrase it.
time. Asked
I
if
would
she
think
needed
that
a ride.
means you're trying to.
Well, he
well,
was.
maybe because he asked
He
her to
was
give her a
trying
ride.
to take her, probably.
Maybe he was trying to give her a ride home. Let's
I-
benefit of the doubt.
It's no.
would-
He exposed his cock and balls to her.
After,
Well, when he pulled up again, he got out of his vehicle,
yeah,
pulls out his dick and balls,
Yeah.
exposed them to her,
was
and
the
then
balls necessary?
I don't know. When they say genitals, I include the balls
Oh, fair
on my
enough.
own.
Okay.
It might have
Yeah.
just been dong meat. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I assume it's like, look at my dick and hairy balls.
Yeah.
So he does that and then proceeds to urinate on the victim while filming the act on his cell phone, and then he drove away from the scene.
You'd think as a cop he'd know better.
He was suspended without pay, which is good, and they say
Seems fair.
He's not going to be a cop anytime soon. I'll tell you, not if we can have anything to say about it. But, yeah, and I think we discussed this at the time. Like, how do you get there?
Yeah. What
know,
what in that minute of driving around the block?
Yeah.
That bitch. I was trying to give her a ride home. She's gonna have to pay for the bus. That ungrateful little fucking cunt. I'm gonna go piss on her.
It was probably just the school bus. She probably didn't have to pay for anything.
Oh, well, you said
Now,
bus
she's
stop.
she's
Well, yeah, I
not
guess.
taking a smart bus into the city.
Yeah, you never
She's
know.
probably just waiting there.
That's fair.
Either just got dropped off by the bus and has to walk her ass home or whatever. He rolls up and, he's a cop. He's
Yeah.
not,
Off
but-
duty. I assume it wasn't in the patrol car.
I would hope he wasn't flashing his reds and blues.
You never know.
But yeah, dude, I'd love to know when some of these deviant acts that we see that are really like, wow, you pulled your dick out in front of a 12-year-old. That's not good. Wait, then you whizzed on
And
her?
then you pissed on
And
her.
then you filmed it?
Yeah.
Like, how did we
Yeah, I would like to actually talk to a guy like
Yeah.
Try and figure that one out.
interview him?
Rick.
Yeah,
that.
just
I'd
be
like
like,
to
dude.
behind closed doors.
I'm
I'd
curious
even just like
at what point he started rolling the film. When he hit record. Before
Probably-
before he pulled up?
Yes. Well,
Mid urine?
No. He would have started rolling as he was down the block from her, so that he doesn't have to concern himself with that. Because I don't know what kind of buckle situation he had going on with a belt,
Yeah.
or what kind of pants he was wearing. So he's got one hand now that's occupied with that phone, and so he probably undid most of the pants, had the thing rolling. So when he got out of the car, he's immediately ready to look at my dick and balls. And then it's a matter of just being able to whiz right then.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he didn't have a belt on. Probably elastic waistband.
Yeah. You think he could have been in a tracksuit or something?
That's probably a safe bet.
Doesn't say. I wish it would, because
Yeah.
I'd like to know if he was uniformed.
There's definitely questions.
Yeah, a lot. But I just, we often wonder, it's like, okay, here is this kid, he's 23, and he's accused of fucking a horse. And you go, wow, what led up to that next step? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think honestly, more and more I think about that horse fucking. I think that probably just happens honestly in so many small little fucking farmer towns
Yeah.
around the fucking.
Yeah.
And I bet it's not even. I bet for some of those people, it's like literally not even seen as a big deal. We get it, and for some reason, because there's some funny aspect to the story that makes it somehow to national news. But I bet there's a lot of, especially if you went back like 50, 60 years.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah. Well, we know sheep fucking goes on.
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. You might be more right
Only
about
with
that.
animal fuck. I swear to God, I
if
bet
you're talking
barnyard
about,
animals get fucked. I bet.
yeah, poor things.
Do we? How do you know? Do you know? I mean, has a horse ever complained?
No, that's the.
Maybe that's the greatest time of their life.
How do these guys get caught?
I don't know.
How do you get caught?
And
in
how
a
do you compare
bar-
with a horse? Seen a horse's cock?
Yeah.
To your
Yeah.
knees, man.
Yeah.
Like, does the horse even know you're there?
Probably not.
Man, like, what is that?
That's why the
What's back
sheep
there?
is such a good alternative.
Flapping with the tail, like, get this thing out
Yeah,
of
a
here.
little tiny dick thing out of me. No, the sheep is the way to go, because you put them hind legs in your boots
Yeah.
so it can't kick you, and then just saddle up behind it. But yeah, I don't know how they do that. But if you're talking about like a small community on a farm, there's not a neighbor for fucking blocks, and you just don't see that many chicks or anything. It's like, well, can always go out back and bang the sheeps again.
Any port in a storm.
Yep.
I was overseas. There was tons of videos from like, all the surveillance and the night vision shit of like the Taliban guys.
Yeah.
Goat fucking. Oh,
Really?
Oh yeah. Some of it's hysterical because like the guys are commentating on it. The guys filming it. They're like talking back and forth. Like, should we fucking shoot them? No, one guy
you
was
were
like,
watching the
one guy's like,
video
I mean,
of
I
these
wasn't
dudes?
watching it live.
No, but
I'd
you're
seen
watching
it
these
after.
guys fucking goats.
Yeah.
How long would it
he was in
last?
it.
Like,
He
would
was
it-
he was in the
Depends on the
Yeah, I know.
stamina.
he
I
was
don't
in
know
the
how
Middle
long
East
it
for a while. I know the audience
The,
doesn't. So is this when you're over in Afghanistan or something?
Yeah.
Like passing these?
Yeah.
I've heard some unbelievable stories from military friends about shit they've seen
Oh, yeah.
over there, like
Yeah.
like that.
And I mean, this is just sort of
Yeah.
secondhand stuff, that would get passed around, but they
Oh, yeah.
come around. But one guy was like, hey, should we shoot him? I was like, no, shoot the sheep or shoot the goat. There might have been a video where they actually shot the goat while the guy was fucking it, just to send a message. I think.
Yeah, but it's common, man. They would have what do they call them? What was the boys? What do they call the boys? Where they just had fucking like kids that were just fucked by, you know, older Afghani villagers. And it was like some boy toys that would.
Yeah, I can't.
Fuck, there was a name they had. And it was like, oh yeah, dude, these kids were just passed around and fucked, raped forever. And you just see them in the village. They'd be walking around, and you know, I can't remember what they called them though.
Altar boys.
Yeah, but some of the stories about, you know, like, I need you, little Muhammad, I need you to go in that cave and make sure the coast is clear.
There you go.
And then roll a little grenade in behind him. You know what I'm saying?
We'll never talk again.
Yeah. Oh, they're in there? Light it up, fellas!
Yeah.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
No good. No good. I'm very anti-animal fucking, even though we can't say for sure that they don't like it.
Yeah, I know. We've had many a discussion on that, and anyway, getting on something way sexier.
That
way
segment
hotter.
was brought to you by the Blind Biz.
Hey guys, it's Rich from the Blind Biz here. Don't freak out, but the holidays are fast approaching, and let's face it, your blinds are probably in worse condition than Biggie's car after its wreck. So unless you want your in-laws to think you're some bigly loser this holiday season, give us a call. We'll hook you up proper, just like we did at Radio for One Studios. We carry all types of blinds, shades, and shutters, offer free shop-at-home appointments, free installation, and mention TDC will give you 20% off and free cordless option on all cellular shades. So give us a call at 866-246-8875 or check us out online at theblindbiz.com.
Thank you, Rich. That voice, it's amazing.
Yeah, right? He does it way better than
It's
I
like you, T, you know? Oh, yeah. I coined the phrase toik many years ago. Teacher of the Year candidates, I used to call them. They were these angels that would bang, you know, their 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old students. And the trend was these chicks are like 22, 23, 25. You know, some of them were older and, you know, in a shitty marriage or whatever. But we were getting so many of them, we kind of stopped doing the story, you know.
became commonplace.
It was like, oh, God, another toy. It would have to be involved like an orgy three-way with fucking an eight-way in some chick's basement that, you know, you had to be a cheerleader now for the Saints and you're banging a 15-year-old. Like, it had to have something compelling about it.
Sure.
And kind of on the fence with this one. I was reading some comments, and people were like, fuck her, throw the key away, it's rape. And I'm like, settle down. You know, I just, nobody will ever be able to convince me, you know, when you talk about victimless crime, that a 16-year-old nails his 23-year-old smoking hot teacher and it's gonna, you know, destroy his life. I just don't buy that.
It kills me. These guys can't keep their fucking mouth shut. You got such a good thing going.
Could we, honestly, dude, if you were, you probably could, T. You probably, motherfucker, you probably could.
You got a good thing. You don't want to fuck it up, man.
You think there's any chance I could have banged one of our teachers and I've been like, T, don't say a fucking word, but holy shit. Me and Miss Reynolds, you know,
it's true.
There's no way.
True.
So a former Miss Kentucky,
Okay.
who worked as a teacher in West Virginia, is admitted to exchanging sexual photos with a 15-year-old student. Her name's Ramsey Beth Ann Burse. She pled guilty yesterday to one count of possessing material depicting minors in sexually explicit conduct. She told the court she made a mistake when talking with the teen on Snapchat last year. And then she and the student exchanged photos between August and October of 2018. Do we have a picture of her, E?
Pull this shit up.
Maybe as Miss Kentucky?
Check her out, yeah. They got to have a...
Perhaps part of the swimsuit?
bikini section.
competition.
There, the boy. Way to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hold on. She's not bad.
She won.
Did she? Well, obviously,
Miss-
yeah. She was Miss Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't make Miss USA or anything, not with that belly, but it's good for Kentucky. Is that a toe?
So, is there a little camel toe? Can you get in a tight shot of that vagina? E? Can you zoom in there, please?
Oh, just a shadow, maybe.
Yeah. Not bad, though, right? I mean,
No,
if
yeah,
this is
yeah,
your teacher.
No, it's above average. I never had a teacher that hot. I promise you that.
No. So, one of the students' parents found the lewd photos. I'm going to say that was his mom.
Right, yeah, right. I bet. Yeah, Dad didn't turn him in on that one. I'm
No.
sure.
You know, Dad might have gave him a knuckle bump, but I don't think Dad's calling principal outraged when he sees, wait, you what?
No,
Getting
might
nude photos from her
Might have blackmailed her.
on the student's phone. So she was arrested in December.
That's the only one you got to eat. Come on. You gotta do better than that.
Here's why I feel bad for her.
For her?
Yeah.
All right.
So she meant to send the photo to her husband, accidentally hit this kid's number and sent it to him. The student then demanded additional photos, and she's like, she continued to send them to him. I was afraid to not appease him. So she gets stuck in this cycle of like, if that's true.
I don't buy that for a fucking minute. Not for a fucking minute.
I could see how that would happen. You've never texted the wrong person?
I
or-
have.
Yeah.
But I don't see that she's going to end up in this slippery slope of keep sending pictures to appease him. You'd be like, no.
If the kid was like, oh, I'm just going to tell the principal unless you send me more.
Like, okay, it was an accident. It was the one fucking thing. We have no other correspondence.
Yep.
I apologize. It's tragic. I'll tell him my fucking self. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's where I don't buy it.
That is the proper thing to do.
Yeah.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
You accidentally send it. You text him right back. Not meant for you. Please delete. And then you go to your upper management, whatever, the principal, who's going to, if I was the principal Walters, look, I'm going to need to see the photo you sent him.
I got to know what we're dealing with.
And
here.
I'm going to need you to let me go through your phone to make sure there's not other photos in here that are also in his phone. I mean, it's just, this is protocol, ma'am. Standard. So I'm going to need your phone for the night, your password, and I'll compare it with his. As long as it shakes out that this is the only picture you sent him, then, we're good to go.
Yeah.
She faces up to 2 years in prison when sentenced in January. I mean, she deserves a raise, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But,
I don't buy it all that it was bullshit.
Well,
if it was,
it's
yes,
not
that's unfortunate. But
here's
you
the
just
thing.
don't keep sending. How many did she
No,
send?
you're right.
They were exchanging photos, and the story kind of fails us a little bit. They were exchanging photos, so he was sending dick pics back,
right.
From, what do they say, October to December or something like that, I thought I read. August and October. August, September, October of
3 months.
2018.
Yeah.
She's arrested in December of 2018. So for 3 months, now, if there's just the picture, you would be able to tell if she was under duress sending this. Like, please, Timmy, this is the last one I'm sending you.
Yes.
Right.
This is
Right, you would have that going. Right.
But if it's like, how them titties look to you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that giant dick on you, you 14-year-old man-child.
There's got to be some correspondence
Yeah.
going along with those pictures, unless it's just
If
pictures
it's
going
in
back and
Snapchat,
forth.
though, and he's not, unless it's screenshotted, you wouldn't know.
What do you mean?
don't-
If
It was on Snapchat.
But there's no history of like chat of conversation on Snapchat.
they couldn't break
you can
that,
you can sometimes no, because they disappear. You can sometimes
Nothing's disappeared.
No,
man.
no, but it does. But honestly, you can choose to keep your conversations last for 24 hours if you're with someone that you talk to enough.
Yeah.
But if you don't talk to someone, if you don't have that setting, it's just gone after you send.
I promise
telling
you,
me
it's
a
not
forensic
gone.
team can't
yeah,
get
that's
in
what I'm
there
saying.
and
If
recover
she's
that?
in there
So-
going, no, I was telling him, please don't make me do that, and they're like, yeah, but sorry, it's deleted. She's gonna be like, no, go get your fucking CSI team in there and
Yeah.
get my texts.
I think that's the point of the app. So
Oh, they're somewhere. Nothing
we've
ever
heard-
disappears.
No, we've heard plenty of stories about how that's just not true.
Not on
that
each
you
other's
can
phone.
recover.
I get that.
Yeah.
But anything you send,
There's a
never,
print of.
there is never gone.
I guarantee it, E. There's
It's
there's a
somewhere.
copy of that somewhere.
I'm not sure about that, but okay.
Yeah, I
Hey, if
promise
there's
you
any
there is.
nerds out there that know about,
Yeah. Those
that
don't
works.
permanently delete. I'm telling you, they don't. They don't.
There's no way it can be
and
totally
that's-
gone.
And why that's a story is because that's what they promised. Is that these delete after a few seconds and they're unrecoverable and all that, and then people found out no, that's not true. And then you go to court.
they gotta have
and-
some kind of a cloud or some,
Yeah.
you know.
So I don't know that she was sending them to him on Snapchat. She was talking to him on Snapchat. The photos were found by a parent. Again, we're assuming the mother, not the father, on the phone later. So unless he screenshot,
Of course he would.
Well, hell
Which-
yeah.
which he
the
would.
first fucking thing I did.
yeah. But doesn't she then know?
Yeah, but it tells you that you did. But I mean, if she's in this situation, I don't know.
Why is she
like,
on Snapchat with a 16-year-old kid anyway?
That's really the. If you were to be a mature person, that would be your actual take on what's going on here.
Well, I don't think that's as crazy in the world we're living in now, where
lot of hypotheticals
everybody's
going
got social media. teachers are on there. They're on their Facebook. A student starts following you. Hi, Mrs. Johnson.
There's no way you should be doing it.
I call
100,000,000%.
Call bullshit.
You don't think that's? I think that's common.
It doesn't,
It's
it doesn't
somewhat.
mean commonplace. I mean, commonplace. A lot of it, people speed every day. That doesn't mean it's. You should not, as a teacher, in any capacity, if you're smart, be on that stuff with your students.
What if you're just on there? You've got a Snapchat because you're
Then don't
a
accept
human
them.
being, and people reach out to you.
Don't accept it.
Don't accept their request, and the
Yeah.
kid comes to school the next day and says, "I wanted to. I'm on vacation. I wanted to
not
show you my
That's great.
Snapchats from
That's-
France."
that's really nice. You
I
can
just
show 'em.
don't. I don't think that's that rare, or it wouldn't start out that nefarious necessarily.
That's why you don't do it.
I know, but they do. They keep
I
doing
know,
it. 'cause
but I was just
we
saying
keep
with Troy-
seeing the stories.
I understand that, but Troy said the story is a 16-year. What are you doing talking to a 16-year-old Snapchat?
I get
I
it.
said you shouldn't do it.
Probably not. Theoretically, yes, but I can see where yes, those lines get blurred. You can
sure.
be friends. You can have Facebook. That's fine. But
And if you're on
I
Facebook,
wouldn't accept anybody if I was.
okay, good for you. But a lot of people would. I mean, it's just not that uncommon. I would think that, especially Facebook.
yeah,
I mean, Snapchat, you start getting into like weird. But if who knows? There's myriad reasons why you would follow or keep an eye on something. The kid said he was sick last night. It doesn't look like he was sick. He's all over Snapchat, blah 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 blah.
Sending dick
I'm
pics.
not giving him extra time to do his homework assignment. Whatever. And kids would be writing. I would think that'd be commonplace to reach out to a teacher on Facebook, on Messenger, and go, "Hey, Mrs. Johnson, I'm under the weather. Am I going to be in tomorrow? Is there any way you can send me some? My mom can come pick it up." Like, you don't have to call the school and have them take
They
that
have
pink
emails,
slip
though.
message down. I wouldn't email my teacher. It's easier to get a hold of them on Facebook. I mean, personally.
I still call bullshit. She's a twig.
Yeah, maybe. I would. The story feels very incomplete now because I think it'd be very easy to tell based on comments.
Yeah, for sure. There's got to be if that was real.
Yeah.
She was there. Would have to be some sort of correspondence that would say,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I can't send anymore." And he's gonna be like, "No, fuck you," or "I'm gonna give it to the principal, and you're gonna get fired."
Yeah.
Okay, Timmy, but just this one more pussy shot. No.
Yeah, that's
Bullshit. Bullshit.
That's a tough one right there. Because if she's telling the truth, I kind of feel bad for her. If you're being kind of blackmailed and you panic and go, "Fuck," I mean, idiot. Obviously an idiot, but yeah, crazy. But it doesn't sound like she blew him or had sex with him or anything like that,
No.
or they met. So I mean, I guess that's better for people, right? Just
So
send her a new picture.
I'm curious.
Most 16-year-olds have
What
seen
was
her
that?
titties before.
What was her charge?
Her charge was 1 count of possessing material depicting minors in sexually explicit conduct.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't a dick pic because I was wondering why that's not technically child porn. If she had his 16-year-old dick on her phone, why she wouldn't be in possession of child pornography?
He's 15, yeah.
15 even. Oh, even worse.
1 count of possessing material depicting minors in sexually explicit conduct. Maybe he just had a hard-on through his underwear.
Maybe.
And does that qualify
I don't know.
technically as child porn?
Probably not if you don't see the dick. If you just see the
If you're just
outline.
seeing an outline or
Yeah.
a helmet.
Yeah, it's a gray
But
area.
it would be, material depicting minors in sexually
Definitely frowned
explicit
upon.
conduct.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, if you're a teacher, you should not have hard-on pictures of your students even through their pants.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a student-teacher thing. I think it's just adult-child scenario.
Great point.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
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 If you're an adult, you shouldn't have pictures of depicted hard-ons in your in underwear or anything of a minor. It's
Yeah.
a great point.
Fair. It's good advice for those of you out there to going
Yeah.
forward. Doesn't have to be exposed panus.
Yeah.
Just the outline will get you fucked.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we've done enough.
Maybe.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, T.
Once again,
With your
my
fancy
pleasure.
New haircut, my friend.
Hey, yeah, looking
Looking
clean. High and tight.
Yes.
What is it? 5 on the top, 2 on the sides, 3 to blend?
There you go. Nice job. Yeah.
There you go. Look at me.
There you go. So, we'll be back tomorrow. One more show this week, right? Tomorrow's
One more,
Thursday.
yeah.
And then the rise of Skywalker, the movie premiere tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Can't imagine theater. So look forward to that. All right. Have a good rest of the day, everybody. Hopefully you'll join us tomorrow.
been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.